Amazon must-haves. Everything that I have purchased in the last couple weeks from Amazon, this is a lot of stuff. Heads up, we're heavy in the kitchen department today. Lots of good cooking and baking items because my toddlers have been loving to help me in the kitchen, and when they help me, they are way more likely to eat their food, so I'm running with it. Everything that I am talking about is going to be numbered up on screen, and it will be linked in the description bar and comment section based on that number, so it'll be really easy to shop. We're going to go ahead and get started with number one, and that is this meat masher. We actually have had this before, and I believe it got like stuck in a drawer, and we actually had to break it to get it out. So although it's a repurchase, it's not like it's poor quality. It just got stuck in our old house. I absolutely love this because it takes the amount of time that it takes to cut up ground beef and cuts it in like not even half, like maybe a quarter of the time. And it is also safe to use on your non-stick pots and pans, so you're not having to worry about it like actually breaking up the pot and pan and like scratching it. I love ours. Next product, I have repurchased so many of these at this point, it's kind of embarrassing. It is a phone screen protector. If you buy these from like Verizon or wherever you get your phone, they're like 50, 60 bucks a piece, and I find that they crack just as easy as any other phone screen protector out there, but I tend to drop my phone a lot, and my toddlers tend to get their hands on my phone and then drop it or throw it a lot. So I buy a lot of these because I can't stand a cracked phone screen. And this is just very convenient because again, it's just helping that screen not actually be cracked. It's just a protector. You understand what I'm saying. Number three is just so long overdue. Why have I not purchased these before? They're salt and pepper grinders that are like automatic based on literally gravity. So when these are sitting upright, they're completely off. When you tip them over and they know that they're upside down, they immediately start dispensing salt and pepper. You can adjust the top lid so that it can make your salt and pepper either more coarse or less coarse. I mean, I think these are just the most convenient things ever. But it also takes 6 AAA batteries per shaker, so make sure you have those on hand. You might need to buy a pack off Amazon, but man, I am so happy I have these in my kitchen. And with that being said, I did get replacement salt and pepper already because that's been my biggest thing is, at least when I go to our local stores, the salt and pepper, when you buy it, it already comes in a grinder and it's like really hard to get out. It's not automatic. So I just went ahead and bought a huge bag. These are very affordable, and it is pink Himalayan salt. And then I think just like peppercorn, regular pepper. I was more specific about the salt, but I went ahead and grabbed a bag so that I never ran out because you do need specific salt and pepper in order for them to work in a grinder. Product number 5 are these socks. These are great if you have cracked heels like I do. I just tend to, whenever I walk around barefoot, have that a lot. So something I can do to offset it is wear these. And I don't believe you have to put moisturizer on your feet if that's like something that kind of skeeves you out a little bit. I do. So what I'll do is I'll take like Aquaphor, or I think it's called Carousel, like foot ointment. I'll put it right on the cracks of my heels, and then I actually will put these fuzzy socks on. They have a little gel coating right around the heel. So instead of the sock immediately absorbing all of that product, it's going to actually keep it in place, and your foot is going to be hydrated throughout the night. You're going to wake up the next morning with super smooth feet. And I will say, they don't feel like socks in my opinion when you're wearing them. But if you are someone who just like absolutely can't fathom the idea of sleeping in socks, maybe try them out, ease into them. The fact that your toes are loose is probably a big like game changer for some people, but I personally don't feel like these feel super restrictive. They don't feel like socks, but I just love these. The gel coating does wear off after time, so I had to repurchase these and I adore them. Number 6 is this ice cream scooper, or it's really small. I don't even know if I would really say ice cream scooper because it's like, who wants ice cream that small? You know, not me. But I got this for baking in the kitchen with my kids. It's 1 tablespoon. And the other day we made mini Reese cups that were so good. It was like 3 ingredients. I shared the recipe on my Instagram, and the 1 tablespoon scoop that my mom let me borrow is actually perfect for what we were doing. So I went ahead and purchased one myself. Powdered sugar duster, again, maybe not a necessity, but there have been a couple things I wanted to make look cute, so I wanted to put powdered sugar on top. So I got this. I've been using it to bake lately, and it does the job. Number 8 is a measuring cup. It is most accurate to bake with grams. If you're gonna bake something, put the bowl on a food scale and bake with grams and call it a day. This is a product I purchased because it's easier for my sons to use. So this measuring cup is really convenient. My mom has one like this and she's had it for so many years. So that's why I purchased it, because it's great for things like sour cream, peanut butter, things that are a little bit of a thicker consistency. This is just very convenient for kids helping in the kitchen. I find that there's a little less mess using this product than there is like a regular measuring cup. So yeah, like cooking grams, baking grams, but if you want something that's a little easier for your kiddos, this is the product. Number 9, how many times am I gonna mention this on my channel? I don't know. Limit does not exist. Folex is the creme de la creme, the end all be all. It gets every stain out so quickly. The other day, Ezra was actually sitting on the sofa. He had hit the back of his head and it was bleeding. Long story, he is okay. And then he also was eating a pouch, so it kind of got all over the sofa. It just looked like a disaster. And I grabbed the Folex, I sprayed the blood, and I did have to do this a couple hours later because just how chaotic everything was. So the blood was dried, the stain of the food was dried. Sprayed the blood first, bent down to go ahead and spray the little food stain. And by the time I leaned back up to start scrubbing the spot where the blood was, the actual color of the blood was completely gone. When I tell you Folex gets the stains out of everything, I mean it. And it's safe to use because I know it's not going to change the color of something. If you use peroxide, it can have a tendency to remove the color of some items. You gotta be careful with what chemicals you're using. So Folex removes the stains, but it's not going to change the color of anything that is actually stained to begin with, which I am so grateful for. Number 10 I got for baking, again, for my kids in the kitchen. It is a pumpkin silicone mold. I will tell you, I did not notice this until it came in. So it is 2 actual molds. They have 3 total pumpkins each. It looks like the mold has 6, like a spot for 6 pumpkins. There actually is a top and bottom. So when it's all said and done, if you want it to look like a complete pumpkin, these molds are only gonna give you 6 pumpkins, but it's so cute. Silicone molds are my favorite because they're easy to clean, they bake really well, and they're non-stick. It's just so easy to get stuff out of. But just note, I did not realize until they came in, you're only going to get 6 total pumpkins out of both of these molds. Product number 11, same thing. These are little leaf silicone molds. I will tell you, we did the banana nut muffin mix from Simple Mills. It says it makes 12 muffins. With these, I think it's 15 total little leaves and pumpkins and acorns. This did use 100% of the batter from the Simple Mills box. Don't fill the molds up fully if you want the muffins to look adorable, or you are gonna have to cut off what rises out of the mold itself. Product number 12, another baking item. Surprise, surprise. It is these 3 little hand pie molds, and I think these are adorable. Last year, we did hand pies and found that they were pretty difficult to get all of that like product in there. The hand pies turn out really, really tiny. So I like that these are a little bit larger than the pie molds we used last year, but they make the most adorable little pies. We love these. They're so cute for little hand pies, and I prefer hand pies over regular pies because I think they're easier to reheat. Product number 13, same exact thing, but these I just got for Christmas so that I can make little cherry pies or like little strawberry hand pies. This holiday season, exact same thing. Make sure you stamp with one side, pick up what you've stamped, put it on the inside, then smack the 2 together. These white oval platters, I believe I've mentioned to you guys already, but I wanted to make sure I showed them to you in person because it is so hard sometimes to understand, even if you see the measurement, just how big it is in person. I have never in my life loved a platter like this. And I told you guys, my girlfriend actually shared the link of these platters with me. So I saw hers in person. And when they came in, I was like, yes, these are beautiful. I got 2 of these, one for ham, one for turkey. I think that price-wise, they actually weren't that bad, especially compared to some other platters out there that weren't as big or were even plastic or like melamine. So honestly, glass, stunning. I mean, white, huge, just overall, this checks every box for me. So I have 2, one for turkey, one for ham. And I love them. Now I am gonna be doing a full dedicated fashion video, but I wanted to share this adorable football shirt with you guys because I think it's just so cute. I love the little sequins on it, and it actually washed and dried so easily. I was very surprised. I'm not concerned throwing sequins in the washer and dryer. I don't like reverse the shirt or turn it inside out. I just throw it in there, and if it survives, I'm happy to report that it does. and this was that. Number 16 are these little football party bowls. So we are, again, going to be hosting more this year. I've been loving baking. I can't say it enough. The other day I did like a dip dinner with my family, and I made 3 different crock pot dips, and then I used these little cups. We each got to pick whatever dip we wanted. We had all of our really good sides. It was just adorable, and I thought to myself, this would be perfect for Super Bowl party, just a regular football party, anything that you have. These little cups are nice because they're disposable. First, you can just toss them, you're not having to wash a ton of dishes, but 2, they're a really good size. They were perfect for crock pot dips. You could put chili in these. You could use them as like soup bowls. They're just overall really, really great quality, but I like the football print because we can use them for parties and dips and all of those things. Number 17, this little ice condiment server is superior if you are hosting, because you can put ice in the bottom and then put all of your condiments in the top, and you can still keep them chilled. I also like that this came with mini tongs and spoons. So depending on what you have, you really have the option to already have that serving utensil available. So this is very convenient at keeping everything chilled, and it's super easy to wash. Now, this triple buffet server was actually why I did the dip dinner with my family, but it got delayed. This is not, I believe, a Prime item. It might have been and then just got delayed, but keep in mind, if you need this quick, like keep an eye on that, like Prime word, is it going to come in time? But this is so convenient. I believe each crock pot is 2.5 quarts or 1.5 quarts, I can't remember, but amazing. My mom was actually here when it came in, and she was like, Moriah, this is amazing. It has little stands for each of the lids. It came with, and I didn't even know, it actually came with a set of little serving spoons. It's easy to clean. It's just a really nice size overall to be what it is. Like, to be 3 bulky crock pots, it's actually a decent size. So I really like this, and I plan on doing a lot of dip dinners with my friends and my family in the cooler months for sure, because like you can make little mini soups too. It's just amazing. Speaking of small crock pots, I did get this one. It is 1.5 quarts, I believe. And I wanted to get this because I have borrowed my mom's 700 times. Whenever you're making one individual dip or something for a party, it's just really convenient to have. And I've been loving buffalo chicken dip lately, so that's what I put in here, and it's just really convenient. Now, I've been talking about the silicone muffin molds or cake molds or whatever. I just love the silicone molds because they're so easy to clean. Again, they're already nonstick. I still spray everything anyway, but being able to like push up from the bottom of a silicone mold, and it's so flexible that whatever you've made just pops right out, is super convenient. So whether you're using these for muffins or like I use them for, which was the Reese cups, this is so convenient because everything pops up and it's easy to clean. And you do still need to put it on a flat tray before putting it in your oven, but you're not gonna then have to clean the tray because you're not cooking anything on the tray. So I just can't say enough about the silicone molds. They're my fave. This pack of high-rise socks. I don't know exactly what we're calling these, but I just love them, and it's my favorite trend, and I didn't think it would be, but I will say not all socks are made equal. These socks are soft and they feel really good on your feet. So if you're into the high-rise sock trend, these are great. If you're not into the trend, give it a try. I definitely did not think I would like it as much as I do, and now these are pretty much the only socks I wear. Product number 22, I actually will link both of these under the number 22. I love bangles. I've had a variety of different styles like this throughout the years. They do tend to bend a little bit easy, which is why in the past I've had to replace mine, but I just like the look of them. They are affordable. They're very stylish. They go well with my gold watch. I like the price and the style. Number 23, coffee table books are expensive, and I like the price overall of this book, but the size. I find that coffee table books have a tendency to be a little bit on the smaller scale, which isn't my favorite, and I like stacking mine. So this white book is not only a decent price, but it is an amazing size. It's really, really pretty. No, I have no intentions of actually reading it. That's okay, because it looks good. Number 24, these tiny little vases. I love layering things. I actually, the longer that time has gone, I've realized that I'm not as big into one gigantic centerpiece as much as I am into really small layered centerpieces. And this little set of vases does just that for me. I just love the way overall this makes my table look. So my thought process is Thanksgiving this year. I'm gonna kind of layer the table out with these, put like some kind of fall foliage in there in the middle of the fall candles and pumpkins that I have. And I'm really, really excited about how it looks in my head. I think it's gonna look really, really good. And let me know if you guys do wanna see a video on what I'm planning for my fall tablescape for Thanksgiving this year. Would love to share that with you guys. Number 25 are these placemats. We had some when we moved in and I just didn't love them the longer that time went on because they weren't, like they were just flexible and they just looked dingy very fast. So I wanted something that was a little bit sturdier. We need placemats on our table to protect the heat from ruining it. And I find that these are toddler proof. Can't break these. And toddlers can break anything, so that's a big deal. The next product, I hate the name of it, but it's very convenient. It's called the Little Demon Tripod, and that name is so odd to me. However, this is very convenient for a variety of reasons, specifically being if you're cooking like I am, if you're making reels, anything like that. This actually tracks your movement. It has a little motion sensor on the front, so it's going to follow you while holding your phone. It does have the ability to strap it to a tripod, so you don't have to necessarily just sit it on the counter. I feel like we could have come up with a better name though. Maybe that's just me. Number 27, this dump truck is one of our favorite purchases for our children, probably since they were born. We really wanted to get them a two-seater. We struggled a lot with finding one that was, well, I mean, this isn't necessarily like the cheapest price, but we struggled with finding one that had the 24-volt battery mixed with a good price, mixed with like something that actually made sense. This thing has all the bells and whistles. First of all, the bed on it actually like dumps. Like it actually is a dump truck. And Ezra is just absolutely fascinated with this thing. Like it is one of his favorite things that we've probably ever purchased. It also has working lights, so that's really convenient. It has a key that is real, which is very convenient because if you've ever played with one of these things and you know there's just a little toggle switch, toddlers, they learn that very fast. So you can take the keys out if it's time, like, come on, it's time to go inside, you can take the keys out. It's just really nice. It's got a radio. I mean, it's like a legit working dump truck and our boys get so much joy out of this and it just makes my mama heart happy. Number 28 is this I can never say this the first time I tried, gel nail light. I had one that was a part of a set. The other day I plugged it in and it started making a clicking noise and made me panic. So I bought another one. It has buttons on the top so you can pick, I think it's like 15, 30 or 60 seconds. But you plug it in and it's motion censored. Like as soon as you put your hand in, it's going to be lit up based on the time that you pick on the top. It's super easy to use if it's one hand at a time. So it's small and easy to store. But if you like doing your gel nails at home like I do, which I've been loving doing, then you know how convenient it is to have a good strong light, and so far I've been very impressed by this one. These laminator sheets, so random, but one of my girlfriends who is a teacher, I'm gonna give her total credit for this one. They are not at all my idea, but she made this little wall for her daughter and it has the alphabet on it, photos of things that relate to that alphabet, and then I think she even put like names on there. So for instance, for F, she put an uppercase F, lowercase f, and then I did like a picture of flowers and then I put flower underneath it. I made mine a little bit different than hers just because I was using Canva as a template, but I wanted my kids to be able to see all of the primary colors around the edge. I wanted them to be able to see the letter, something that affiliates with that letter, and then the word of what is on the paper. But I knew the moment I put these things on the wall, they were gonna rip them off and just destroy them. So I laminated them with my mom's laminator, and that's why we have these sheets. So long story short, I will leave the link if I can figure out how to do it, just like a free link. I will just share it with you guys of the Canva template that I created for this, but total credit goes to my girlfriend. She made this little wall for her daughter and I replicated it, kind of put my own spin on it. And it is super convenient for creating this little wall for your kids so they can start learning their alphabets and people's names. And of course, the next product is the glue dots that I use to hang said laminating sheets. Just needed something that was discreet. And so these have worked. We haven't removed them off the wall, so I don't know if they are gonna peel the paint off. I hope they don't. But I find that things that often say they won't sometimes still do, so My husband's either gonna hate me or love me when we pull these things off the wall in a few years. And then the final product is actually a repurchase. It is a jewelry cleaning solution. I have a little jewelry cleaning machine, and while I think it's nice sometimes to just have that cute little pin that I use that just like cleans your ring very fast, sometimes things need a deep, deep clean. And so I like to keep that machine, but it does need a solution in order to work the best. So I had to repurchase this because I was just out of my old one. And that is it for this video. Lots of coffee, lots of products, lots of good things, but I hope I made sense. I've just been super in the kitchen lately, and it makes me really happy to get to make those memories with my kids. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button if you're new here. Also follow me on my vlog channel. I do share a ton of the cooking content over there. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.